Alright everybody, so I'm here with a live Periscope video talking about, my thoughts after Raw. No, I did my WrestleMania review, did my Raw review, and now I'm here with what's going to happen, what's moving forward, what are my thoughts on the direction of this company moving forward. Now, they made AJ Styles #1 contender. That's probably the biggest news coming out of this Raw after WrestleMania here. It's probably the biggest news. And, Styles being #1 contender, I think it's a step in the right direction, but I don't think it's far enough because it will never be far enough in the right direction until they remove Roman Reigns from being their poster boy, until they remove Roman Reigns from being the champion. I mean, it will never be enough until they do that. I mean, it doesn't matter who #1 contender is until they dethrone Roman Reigns of his title, because nobody likes that guy. So I mean, it's kind of disappointing, and it's not like I don't think Styles is gonna win either. Like, I highly doubt Styles is gonna be champion at Extreme Rules. Highly doubt that. And also, is Roman Reigns going to turn heel? I don't think it's going to matter, to be honest, if Roman Reigns is a heel or not. He's still going to suck. People are still going to hate him if he's a heel. He can't cut a promo. He can't, develop a character. I mean, it sure looks like they're going to turn him heel. If they wanted to turn him heel, they should have done it at WrestleMania. I mean, that's the biggest stage of them all, right? Should have done it at WrestleMania, but they didn't. And what else did we have on Raw? Oh yeah, Zack Ryder lost, which was so disappointing. And I made a separate video about that that I'm going to upload to YouTube page, The Ruthless Ranter, probably tomorrow or sometime in the near future. Very disappointed to see that happen. A guy, one of the only guys who fans took a genuine interest in. He had momentum. He had the underdog complex, and they just took that away from him. And they crowned a jobber who nobody likes, like The Miz, as champion. How retarded is that? I mean, at least give Ryder a few weeks with the belt, until the mystique wears off of him. So disappointing to see somebody. And I think Ryder has a little bit of talent, too. He definitely has charisma. The fans like him. Oh, but if the fans like you in WWE, you don't get anything. But if the fans hate you like Roman Reigns, then you get the belt taken off. You get the belt, and you get everything handed to you. Why? Because you're related to The Rock? I don't fucking know. And then with the Divas division, they got this new women's title. I mean, that's the #1 story of the Divas division right now. The new fucking title, big fucking deal. They renamed the division. They're making a huge deal out of it. Out of whether it's the women's title or the Divas title. I mean, who the hell cares what the name of the title is? The point is, it sucks. It's not going to, they should be more worried about the quality of wrestling, the talent, the creative position of the Divas division than they should be about what the title is named. I guess it's politically incorrect to call it the Divas title, so they got to name it the women's title now. I think it's really dumb. I think it's pointless. I don't think it should be made into this huge fucking deal. And the thing is, you have talent in the Divas division. You have Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and others who have shown that they are talented throughout, NXT especially. But they don't treat the Divas division right in WWE because the creative team is dumb as shit. They only give them like a few minutes to wrestle, so all the matches suck. They don't have time to, to do a legitimate match, and the storylines aren't well thought out. Then we had a few NXT debuts on Raw, too. I like the NXT debuts. Like, if you look back at Brock Lesnar's debut, much better. It wasn't advertised in advance. It was just, boom, he comes in and fucks shit up and destroys everybody. I mean, this one, most debuts nowadays are people just debut against a jobber, and it's like, it's kind of and he's gonna win, and it's the same shit every time, repetitive bullshit. And if you guys have any comments too, I know a lot of people like to comment on this Periscope. Feel free to ask me questions or leave your comments. I always answer questions if people have questions during these. So yeah, but very disappointing to see, kind of lackluster debuts. I mean, it's nice to see some guys there, like Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, who obviously have some charisma and promo ability. But I would have liked to see more of kind of, the surprise debut like the Nexus, and it leaves an impact instead of just, they debut against jobbers. So what else did we have on the show? We had Shane McMahon. What's going to happen with Shane McMahon, I don't know. I think eventually, he might get control of Raw because they're kind of they're going more towards that direction. And I see people, saying, let's have Shane McMahon in control of Raw. You still realize that's a storyline. I think people are taking this way too seriously. It's a fucking storyline. Shane McMahon wouldn't really be in control of Raw, I don't think, if he won. I don't get why people are like, put Shane in control of Raw. It's a storyline, people. It's not real. It's still kayfabe. So what else happened on Raw? I think I covered mostly the main points. The crowd was really good. I thought the crowd was entertaining. Made the show much more enjoyable to watch, but I thought a lot of the shit was just boring and dumb. You had a few good matches, a few good segments. You had the Fatal 4-Way was good. It looks like we're going to get a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud, which will probably be a good feud. And who knows what they got in store next. They always surprise you, WWE. Once you think they can't get any more shitty, they always do. So we'll see what happens with this fucked up company moving forward. But I think it's going to get way more boring. I think we're going to get a really boring Roman Reigns title reign. I think he's going to get booed a lot, so they're going to turn him heel to cover up that people hate him and just say, people are booing him now because he's a heel. Nah, they're booing him because he fucking sucks. So, so that's about it, people. You guys got any questions, you could leave them below. Or not leave them below, but comment. I'm probably going to end this here in a minute. But, I didn't think Raw was that good. Thought the crowd was good, didn't think Raw was that good. Thought, they had a lot of opportunities to put on some good shit, and they didn't do it. So, I was expecting a better Raw. It wasn't awful. It was better than your average Raw, but still I didn't think it was up to par. So, okay, I'm going to end this Periscope right here. So, if you want a more in-depth review of Raw, if you want to listen to my Raw review, go check me out on YouTube, The Ruthless Ranter. So, there you go, people. There's some post-Raw thoughts.